Have you back with us after what was a devastating local government election, especially for the ruling party, the ANC. What is going to happen next? I know, Prince Mashele, political analyst, we're looking ahead to 2024, which is a couple of years away. Good morning to you, Prince of Politics. But the problem is the ANC has to start doing damage control now. Here's the question. Who does the damage control? And if they can't get it right, what happens to A, Cyril Ramaphosa, and B, the ANC? Good morning.
Morning, Gareth. Thanks for inviting me. Look, the ANC will not do any damage control after these elections because the ANC has no history of listening or doing damage control. If you look at its history of losses, that is from 2009 all the way to where we are, you can see that you're dealing with a party that doesn't learn lessons. What did it do in 2009? It gave South Africans a very corrupt, one of the most corrupt kleptocrats you can imagine in the world, Jacob Zuma. And the second time around, its electoral support went down, although marginally. But then the ANC gave South Africans the very same corrupt man. So the ANC since then has been declining all the way, by the way, from 2/3, and at the national level, it is sitting at 57%. And you can see that even in the previous local government elections in 2016, it declined to about 54%. So the ANC will not do any damage control. I think I know what is going to happen to Cyril Ramaphosa and to the ANC. This is what's going to happen to the ANC. If you look at the numbers, the ANC will not be the government of South Africa in 2024. I know this is shocking, but just look at the numbers. If the ANC declines the way it has been declining, the ANC will sit around 45% in 2024. And if we get to that point, the ANC would not constitute a government. So what happens to Cyril Ramaphosa? He will be out of office. I doubt if he would accept to be leader of the opposition. I think he's going to go to his house in Cape Town. There's a new house in Cape Town. And the ANC, once it loses power, Gareth, it does not recover. Do you want evidence? Look at the Western Cape. The ANC in the Western Cape is history. It never recovers. So we are going to live in a country where we will talk of the ANC as if we are talking of the Liberation Party of Kenneth Kaunda in Zambia. Remember, Kenneth Kaunda in Zambia is like the Mandela of South Africa. His party lost elections in the early 90s, 1991, 1992. And it never came back. Even the ANC is actually on that path towards the dustbin of history.
Prince, I've got about a minute or so left with you, and I'm so keen to get your thoughts on this. So if, according to your crystal ball, it's going to be trouble for the ANC and Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC would need to be looking at, if not Ramaphosa, who would be then coming in and to try and fix the mess of the ANC from these elections. If not the current ANC president, who do you imagine would take the top job?
No one. I mean, if you look at Cyril Ramaphosa, he's the only last man standing when it comes to a modicum of integrity. So if you look across the party, you cannot see a clear leader who has credibility and who is trustworthy. The entire leadership of the ANC is tainted, which is why I believe that the ANC has reached the end politically, but also in terms of leadership. If Cyril Ramaphosa were to resign today, let me tell you, there would be chaos in the ANC. In fact, South Africans would not trust any of those. Can we imagine Didi Mabuza? I have never met a single human being in the world who trusts Didi Mabuza. People are scared of him. Maybe he would shuffle between South Africa and Russia if he were to become South Africa's president. So the ANC is bankrupt in terms of leadership, but it's also bankrupt in terms of political ideas.
Prince Mashele, always a pleasure when we see that you aren't mincing your words this early in the morning. Always appreciate your time, political analyst Prince Mashele. No doubts anyone from the ANC watching that is going to go, we want to respond to that. By all means, please, as we always do, you're welcome to react to what Prince Mashele had to say. How much trouble, Toombs, is the ANC in for 2024? And people are saying, but you know, why are we having these discussions so early? 3 years away for national elections is not a lot of time for a party that's been in power since 1994 to try and recover these losses. That work starts now. The question is who starts the work and how do they fix it?